Good morning. Let's begin our practice today. We will start by lighting a candle. You can have one to light at home perhaps, or you might sit with me and we'll watch the flame together and let that be absorbed within us as we begin. So we'll begin this practice by bringing fire in and looking at this flame, the flame representing many things. Let it speak to you. And let's take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. And stepping into our practice, giving ourselves permission to pay very close attention to allow ourselves to be aware of everything that comes in through our practice today, everything that comes in through our bodies, that comes in through our minds and our hearts. Aware of sensations, thoughts, and feelings. The power of awareness is beyond our understanding. The best we can do now is practice awareness and practice being that awareness. At this time, we'll start to build the breath. So we will bring left hand to heart, right hand to belly, and connecting the body with the attention, with the awareness. So we'll find a breath in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. As you're building this breath, pay attention to the belly and the chest. On the inhalation, let the belly expand outward, and let that expansion go up to the rib cage, and then to the chest, and then to the collarbone, which will lift. The belly will pull in at the top of the inhale. On the exhale, release from the collarbone, the chest, the rib cage, the belly, all drawing in, and on the bottom of the exhale, the belly will pull in even more. So let's focus now on this. As you build the breath, let it be even parts, 2 even parts to one whole breath. So maybe 5 or 6 second inhalation, 5 or 6 second exhalation. If you can get longer, go ahead and go there. If you have to go shorter, go shorter. Find even parts. Continue breathing. If you haven't engaged Ujjayi Pranayama by getting the throat muscles activated, then go ahead and do so, as that will help you keep things even and deep at the same time. So to go there, you would open the mouth on the exhalation to fog out and just get the sensation going first. So you could take a breath in, fogging out, fogging in with the mouth, but now closing the mouth, exhaling through the nostrils, and that just helps us understand what we're doing with the throat muscles. Now that we've stepped into the body and we're more aware of it, along with the breath, let's begin to move. I'm going to start in a table posture, hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we'll start with cat-cow. So inhaling, belly relaxing, tailbone shifts up, head lifts up. On the exhale, a lot of effort on the cat. So we're pulling the belly in, rounding the back, letting the head go, and then pulling the belly in even more. Inhaling, relaxing, lifting. Exhaling, engaging belly. Center of the back rises. Now continuing with the pace of the breath. This is a great way to get the spine moving, allowing for fluid motion, coordination of the hips, the neck. A couple more. Let's change this right into, so keep going as I explain. We're going to change this right into a spinal balance that's moving. So on the next inhalation, once you come to a table posture, pause there, don't go into that cow, and then lift the right leg and maybe the left arm, and then exhale, lower them both down, hand and knee down. Here you can go into a cat. And then on the inhale, come back to left leg, right arm. On the exhale, hand and knee down, and then finding that cat. Inhaling. Exhaling. Pulling the belly up. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep going through, still trying to maintain fluid motion. So like the arm, the leg is gliding. And the spine too, once it's coming into that. It's going through motion, it's finding a little bit of a flatter back and then coming into a cat. Smooth motion. This motion itself helps connect left and right brain. So the ideas, and then putting them into action. A couple more. After you finish with the next right leg, next time you're at the right leg, we'll stop there and have both hands and knees down in table. And then find a neutral spine, lift the right arm upwards, move this wrist around, Taking circles there, maybe open, closing the hand. And then we'll exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, come down to the right side of the face. About 4 deep breaths, threading the needle here, maybe doing something else with this left arm that feels right to you. You can extend forward, wrap around the back. And we'll take another breath. Once the left palm comes back to its original position, inhale the right arm upwards. Exhale the right hand down. Inhale, lift the left arm, move the wrist. Exhale, thread this arm through. Return the right palm to its original position. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, take the left hand down. Let's find downward facing dog from here. Step the hands forward, 1 step, roll over the toes, lift the knees, send the hips back. I always find it very useful here to pivot 1 foot so the heel faces its opposite, to take the hips to one side, and then doing that with the other. And see if that works for you. You might be pedaling the heels as well. And we're going to step the right foot between the hands. If you'd like, you can lift that right leg up first, and then we'll step right foot forward. Keep the back heel lifted. And then rise up, bring hands to the right thigh. Always give yourself permission to move into a posture. Before you get still in the posture, we want to first prevent all possibility of getting stiff in the posture, and that's possible. So, give yourself that reminder, loosen up the shoulders, maybe like wiggle in or bounce in just for a moment. We're going to take the hands behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards, and then pivot slightly to the left so you can plant the left heel down. Left toes face the left side of the mat pretty much. And then on the exhale, lower the right shoulder down to the inside of the right knee. You might look right through the legs here. See if you can go a little bit lower, sink in. And then release the arms around or to the inside of the right foot. Now begin to turn the right toes so they're facing this left front corner of the mat, and then bring the hands to the inside of the foot. If you need blocks, I left my blocks in another spot, so I don't have them right in front of me. But if you have blocks and this is too low, then you would bring your hands to the blocks. If still too low, you might do one of these. Now we want to be able to feel the inner thigh stretch right towards the groin. You might even push this knee open. And then we'll change and just shift to face forward, bring the hands down around the right foot, take the foot back, maybe in a 3-legged downward facing dog, or just right into downward facing dog. Here we'll start with the left side. I'm just going to turn positions here. Inhale, lift the left leg upwards. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Right from here, keep the back heel lifted. We're going to rise and loosen up into this lunge. hands to left thigh. And then from here, we'll have hands come behind. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Pivot now, the right toes to the right a little bit, turning the trunk just so it's to the inside of the left thigh. And then on the next exhale, dip the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Taking arms up overhead, looking past the legs. We're going to find that side lunge. So release the hands to the inside of the left foot. And then here we go, just turning the trunk a bit, the left toes a bit, so that they'll face the front right corner of your mat. I'm facing the back of my mat now. But you'd probably be towards the front and the right, facing right side of the mat. And then here we go. Might explore a little bit. See where you can be, and then begin to maybe push into that left leg with the left elbow. So from here, you will bring the hands around the left foot and then step back. We're in downward facing dog. What we're going to do is go through that motion again, maybe a couple times, and it's just going to be a fluid motion. So you're going to do your best to work with the feet, work with the legs, the trunk, just to keep it flowing through as you go through. So in the next inhale, maybe right leg lifts again, and then we'll step right foot on the exhale between hands. Inhale, rise up. Take hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. On the exhale, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Release the hands down. Take 3 breaths here as you explore your side lunge. And then we're going to go through the other side. So hands come down around the right foot, maybe a lift of that leg. And then begin with the left side, left leg lifting up. Left foot between the hands. Rising up, hands behind, interlace fingers. Then we'll go ahead and pivot the heel down, squeeze shoulders back. Exhale, dip left shoulder in. Release the hands, find that side lunge. It's a little bit of a turn of the left foot towards that front right corner of the mat. And come out of this, hands around the left foot, take it back, bring it down, inhale right leg, exhale right foot between the hands, inhale rise up, hands behind, exhale dip shoulder in, settle the heel down, release the hands, now 2 breaths this time. Find your way out and then switching legs. Side lunge for a couple breaths. Releasing out. Once you have both feet down, come into child's posture, taking knees apart and then settling, lowering the hips down. Let's take a clearing breath here, breathing in through the nose. Let go out through the mouth. Rise up to table posture. We're going to go into pigeon. So we'll lift the right leg behind, and this time right knee to right hand, left leg sides back. Swaying a little bit first, and then lowering in. Another 2 breaths. And then begin to come out of this. We were here for just a short moment, so if you'd like a counter motion, you can take that. But then when you're ready, come into the other side by lifting left leg and then taking left knee to left hand. Sliding right leg back. And lowering in. Couple more breaths. And then we'll start to rise. Maybe left leg behind. And we're going to come to standing on the knees, hands to hips. Let's go into a camel posture. So we can start with stabilizing the hips by pulling the pelvis in and engaging the glutes. This way we're going to also protect the low back. Then we'll start to lift the heart upwards, let the head come back slightly, creating a curve in the neck, a curve in the whole spine, a C shape. Now maybe you can go a little further by going back, using the core to be able to support as you go back, and then find a place for the hands to rest, maybe the heels. You can also roll over the toes to elevate the heels if you're close but just need a little bit of support. Now we're going to take 3 breaths. And what we're going to do is go right into a child's posture by lowering the hips down and then releasing the trunk. So we have to do this carefully, step by step. Once there, a couple deep breaths. We're going to rise and extend the left leg forward. Now you have a choice. You can keep this right leg exactly as it is, sitting on the heel. Or you can bring right foot to the inside of the left thigh. You can even have right foot to the outside of the right hip. So see what works for you. And then we'll find length. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, come forward. And you might hold the leg with the arms. I find sometimes that makes me feel closed up in the chest. So I want to stay open in the chest. I'm going to keep the hands shoulders distance and not overextend them like this, but keep them a little closer in so that my shoulders aren't over lengthening, especially the back of the shoulders. And we'll take a few breaths. And then rising up, just coming right out of this and into the other side. So if you're sitting on the heel, just retract the leg and extend the opposite. And then we'll find length. Hinge forward, keeping the front foot flexed. And we'll rise up. And now we're going to come to seated with ankles crossed to work with the neck for a moment. So we'll bring the hands in towards the upper thighs. You can fold hands into each other or let the palms just sit upwards. And we'll start by moving the head left and right. Just over and over, and it doesn't have to coordinate with the breath here. Just let the two parts of the breath be coordinated with each other. Okay, we'll bring the head to center, lower the chin to the, we're not going to go lower chin to chest, we're just going to keep the neck up, keep the neck lifted, and then lower the chin towards, as if you're trying to get chin towards the neck. Bring the head to center, take the head back. Now just move back and forth, chin down, chin up. So we'll bring the head to center here. And then let's tilt the head to one side by focusing on lifting the ear up towards the ceiling. Bring the head to center. Do this with the other side. Bring the head to center and then switch a couple times back and forth. And then this time we'll hold. Once you've gone through a couple times, hold and lift that ear up towards the ceiling. Bring the head to center, other side. Stretching that ear upwards. So this is creating length in the neck, and then we're putting a little effort in pulling to increase the stretch. Pulling with length. And we'll bring the head to center. You can let the head go, shake it out a bit, and then rise. Come all the way down to the back. Knees into the chest to start. Take knees side to side. I like to move the head in the opposite direction of the knees. Opens up some spaces there in the spine. And then we'll bring the head to center. Take knees over to one side. Arms can stretch out to the sides as well, or out behind the head. So you have knees moving away from a shoulder. Take the hand towards that shoulder, but you're going to go to the chest and just put a little pressure there, giving a bit of a massage in the space. So it's right to the inside of the armpit. Very strong muscle, most likely, and probably tight. Deep breath there, releasing, and then bring the knees to center, switch to the other side. Okay, we'll take opposite hand right to the inside of the shoulder, meeting the chest, and massaging the space. And releasing, bringing knees to center, give them a squeeze, and let's rest. So we can take legs away from each other and extended. Shoulders go back, and then let the body weight settle into the shoulders. You can hold them there. Palms flipped up. Relax the face, the jaw, the neck, the eyes and the mouth, the scalp, the ears, relaxing. Relaxing from the neck to the shoulders, shoulders to hands, chest down to hips, upper back to low back, hips to knees, relaxing, knees to feet, all relaxing. Take rest. Slowly begin to come back, taking deep breaths. Bringing yourself to the body again with the hands and the feet. You can take the arms and stretch them behind. And bring the knees in. Roll to a side, rest there. And then we'll rise up to come to seated. So here we want to remember that when we are aware, when we're paying attention, our lives change in remarkable ways. And every moment becomes fresh and new and more easily experienced with joy and peace rather than memories of conditioning. So we want to move forward today with that awareness, paying attention to all the little details as they occur, and that way we can see them for what they are. So let's seal our practice with the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Remembering, I and the soul are one. I, the soul, will use the personality this day in love and service. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.